Welcome everybody to the 2025 Kamui Las Vegas Men's Open. We are live from the Rio All Suites and Hotel, and our final match for today is the Estonian Dennis GRABE and the American Evan LUNDA, starting off their campaign in this 128 player field. The game is 10 ball, best out of 3 sets, races to 4. Our referee for this match is USA's Angela Williams, and in the booth for this match we have Mark White and myself, Tim de Ruyter, for you all. Welcome, Mark.
Thanks very much, Tim. Good to be back again. Seems like we haven't seen each other for what, 30 minutes or so, something like that. Looking forward to this one though, our second one. I've just been reading a little bit about this man here, 34-year-old from Tallinn in Estonia, of course. He's actually the world number 3 at the moment, and don't forget he got to the semi-finals, Tim, of the World 10 Ball last year, losing out to Naoki Oi. So our referee Angela has got them balls nice and tight. Tim, I'm going to hand over to you because this is your area. This is the break guru Tim de Ruyter. Talk us through this one. Now he's not going from the side here, Tim. Interesting.
Yeah, very interesting, and he's definitely going to look for a square hit. Nice solid break, failing to make a ball on the break besides the cue ball. So great chance for Evan to get going. Nice square hit, actually a really good break, just unfortunate to get that bump in the corner.
Yeah, 6 ball just doing the damage. And Evan LUNDA, another player more known for his one pocket, Tim, than his rotation game. We had that in our first match, didn't we, with Chip Compton. He didn't fare too well. Let's see how Evan can go. Played a nice little bump there to open up the 2 ball. And, well, 4 ball, a little bit awkward. What else do you see, Tim? What other problems might he encounter?
Well, I'm looking at shooting the 4, possibly off the 9 in the side pocket. That could be a way to solve it. Came up a little bit short here. Was relying on the spin to grab a little bit more off that second rail. Might still have a shot. Could play for the bank shot on the 4 as well to the side pocket.
He was just lining that up. I think it's gone a little bit too far, Tim, that 9 ball, hasn't it, to play the 4 off of that. So as you just said, we'll be looking to play the bank on the 4 into the opposite side pocket. It is 10 ball. You have to call your shots. There's no slop.
Well, he looks like he might be behind the 6, so a little real first possibly. Has to be careful if he can cut this in. Doesn't want to scratch, but played it nicely. Does he get something on the 4? Just barely.
Oh, he's on it. He's on it to the corner if he wants to take it on. Tricky cueing though, Tim. Very, very close to it. And how does he get on the 5? Might draw behind the 9 here. That could be his downfall. Oh no, he should be okay.
Well, he's just not gonna get a lot more on the 5 ball, so quite aggressive. Could have chosen to play a safety behind the 9, but he likes to go. That's aggressive style, so we'll probably have to shoot the 5 and get shape on the 6. Let's see if he goes bottom left. Bottom right, he did go.
Doesn't want to kiss the 8.
Well, did he get second prize? It's always tough, you know. It's a thin cut, first rack. You have to spin the cue ball with outside spin. So the throw, the friction on the balls, it's just tough to judge on the new cloth.
New balls as well, Tim. Everything new.
Yeah, interesting position here. He's fully hooked by the 9 and the 10. The jump is too far. Now kicking at this, there's quite some bad results actually, and I can see only 2 good results. If he goes 2 rails from the back, sending the 5 up table, or kicking it in, smashing it in actually, and get shape on the 6.
Good to see the young fans in. Keep yourselves hydrated. Oh, that's a good kick, Tim. This is a great shot. What a shot he's played there.
Considering that this is the first rack for the match, and already feeling the kick that well, because he did not only catch the ball almost as full as he could, he also played a great pace on there. Let's say, did he call the bank shot? I wouldn't be surprised. Yes, he did.
He loves bank pull. He loves bank pull.
Beautiful straight back from Evan LUNDA. Shape on the 6. A little bit off angle maybe for the 7, or can he hold? He can hold. So now it turned into a chance to open his account in this match. Look at this for a shot.
But he actually finished 11th, Tim, at Derby City Classic in the banks.
Then again, a little bit in between. It's not the first time this game that he lost the speed just a tad.
Good recovery. Very nicely on this 9 ball. Drop it in for the 10. And it's going to be 1-0 to Evan LUNDA, the man from Michigan, from Westland. Just what you need to do, isn't it, Tim? Get off to a really good start. That first rack is so important. Really can set the tone, as we saw in our last match.
Well, and also most of the people would consider Dennis to be the favorite with how he's ranked, with how well of a year he's had last year. He's finished, oh, he won the Maldives Open or finished second. No, I think he won that.
No, he won it. I was commentating on it. I was lucky enough to be on that beautiful Paradise Island. And yeah, he actually beat Alex Kazakis. I think he was something like 8-2 up in a race to 9, scratched on the 10 ball to win it. Kazakis came all the way back and ended up winning it hill, I believe.
Yeah, and then he had an exceptional run in the World 10 Ball, so most of the people would consider him as a favorite in this match. Now we are playing the races to 4 winner break, so that's a big thing. And I would say if Evan can get comfortable and put some early pressure on Dennis, we might really have a good match here. Also breaking from the center. Nice square hit, not too powerful though. Like he made sure he had a square hit, but there was nothing more. And a chance for
Dennis.
Dennis.
That's the danger. Isn't that the danger here, Tim? When you play that central break, if you don't make a ball, you're spreading everything far and wide.
Yeah, now I also do believe,
well.
yeah, I was gonna say, I do believe the 10 ball combination does count, so this could be a very quick game. And he's got perfect or near perfect on this combination. Basically just gotta miss a 2 ball on the long rail, just catch it thin, a hair, to make the 10. Dennis just waiting for the referee to put the bridge.
Yeah, I like that, Tim, because he's got up, he knew the referee was standing there with the rest, he thought, right, let her put the rest away, let's reset.
Yeah, so early 10. Levels the score 1 each. Yeah, also one of the risks, I feel that breaking from the side doesn't result as much in that 10 ball leaking to the corners. Like obviously we are using the hand rack and it happens that there is some gaps here and there, and that the 10 ball, it will always move. So that means that if you break from the side, it's a little bit more random than if you break from the center. So I'm quite surprised both players started breaking from the center, because this could happen to either of them.
Well, this is interesting now to see if Dennis will actually keep that break the same, or will he switch to the side? This is interesting now. Good strategy. Looks like he's staying there, Tim.
Well, I think he felt like he broke him well. So he's kind of trusting the fact that he hit that break so good. He's just trying to duplicate.
He's a
Ooh,
big,
this
powerful
one got,
guy.
this one was closer to the scratch. He was not as square as he hit that first break. Yeah, I usually,
Look at,
I mean, if I hit him as well as he did on the first break, I usually switch over right away.
I was just going to say, look at the 4-10. We could have another early win here. Certainly going to play the 2-9 here, Tim.
There's good cue ball control in between the 3 and the 6. 2-9, would say it's quite big pocket. If the 9 touches the long rail with the right speed, it still slides in. So just got to make sure you don't lose that 2 ball. Would like to have the 2 in a similar position where the 9 is.
I must say I'm surprised he did stick with that break though, Tim. Even though he hit him square the first time and did get an unlucky scratch, he didn't make a ball.
Okay, so this was one of the risks. He did leave himself more angle on the 2. I'm not sure if he can avoid a bump on the 4. You can see, cut the 9 a little bit more. Is he able to check the cue ball with left spin and get to the left side of the 3 to come back down for a 4-10 combination? Oh, wait.
Is he calling
That's
it now?
interesting. Well, I was gonna say, I think Evan forgot to call the combination, and Dennis said, just keep playing, you know. Ooh, the cue ball. Ooh. Yeah, left himself a little bit too much angle on the 2, and unexpected scratch from Evan.
Yeah, nice sporting gesture there as well, though, from Dennis to say, you know, carry on, it's okay, even though he didn't call the 9 ball. There's something about that 9 ball, isn't there, and not calling it. That's as far as I'll take that conversation. But there you go, the scratch comes straight after. And now it's Dennis with another chance at the 4-10 combo this time.
Yeah, 2 games on the board, 2 combinations on the 10 ball. Dennis GRABE up 2-1. It will be interesting to see if he changes the break completely, or if he's just gonna be sticking with the same thing. I'm moving over either more to the outside or just straight to the side rail break. I don't mind going just a little bit more outside and see what the balls do from there. But yeah, just depends on what you've been practicing too. Some players, they show up to an event with 4 or 5 different breaks, and some of them they only practice 2 of them.
Dennis has a couple of nicknames. One of them's Grabo, the other one's Mr. Grapefruit. I know that's his Instagram page as well. There's a few stats, Tim, early on. Table time. Evan LUNDA has had more table time at the moment.
Well, if you look
Finds
at
himself
the amount
down.
of, if you look at the amount of balls pocketed, 13 to 4. and trailing 2-1.
Yeah, those two early combinations, isn't it, that did the damage. And there the break again is dry. I think we're going to see him switch over to the side for sure next time. I think he went more central there, Tim, didn't he?
Yeah, I just don't feel he's changing it up too much. Well, we'll have to travel the cue ball. Is he playing safe? Traveling the cue ball he is. Try to check between the traffic.
Both Predator sponsored players, so playing with the breaking with the BK rush, Dennis. There's our referee, Angela Williams from the United States.
Yeah, also a player on the WPBA tour, as I recall. So active as a referee and as a player. Which I find important actually as a referee. You know, because they stay in touch with new rules. Also calling fouls in certain situations. Personal experience is always appreciated, of course.
Yeah, and added to that, Tim, positioning, you know what the player's going to be playing, so you know where to stand, so you're out of the way. Best referees aren't seen on camera very often, and they're always out of the line of the players as well. So there's another plus to that.
I agree. So key shot here, the 6-9 I believe seem to be clustered. Or can he get to that bottom short, the opposite long rail and cut the 6 in? Oh, not with that speed. He won't be able to make the 6 from here, I believe.
Can he? Can he just twist it around the 9 ball? Awkward over the 10. I think he's going for it, Tim. Naturally having to jack up anyway, so he might as well spin it in.
Oh, he did manage to make it. Great chance here to level the score 2 each. He's definitely had much more table time and could get it, could hit a gear at some point.
So 2 rails out, back to the centre-ish of the table, somewhere on the line where he is now would be ideal, wouldn't it? Play this okay, very nicely done. We're going to be all square. Here we are, so Eben LUNDA levelling it up, also level. Albin Ocean is in action against Cody Booth. They're 1-1 at the moment. Jose Alberto Delgado is up against Sergio Rivas. Now that table is available also on YouTube on Pro Billiard TV. John Schmidt is in the booth for that one, along with George Teachea, I do believe. This is our last match for today. We'll be back again tomorrow morning at 11 AM with lots more action local time. Vitali Patsura, Tim. Now, tell us a little bit about Vitali. I mean, he's having a great, well, he had a great season, great 2024, didn't he? The man from the Ukraine, 3-0 up on the hill. Let's just see this break first. Interesting, going from the side, Tim, straight away, as you suggested.
Yeah, looking to make the one ball on the side. Oh, lost the cue ball quite a bit. And as you can see, there's a lot of spin on the cue ball, which takes
look at the
energy
8
off the
ball.
balls.
Sorry about that to interrupt you. The 8 ball, I could see it was going to go, and it did. Saved him right at the last minute. Little smile there from Dennis. Had no right to make that 8 ball. Look where it was. And look at this 3 ball. Unbelievable, isn't it, this game sometimes? No shot,
Well,
though, on the 1 ball.
You know the saying, fortune favors the brave. Oh, this is interesting. He might have a shot here to clear the 10 ball in the corner, bottom right.
Not
Because
another early 10.
It's awkward enough to where you're not gonna shoot the 1, but you can bank the 1 to the left long rail and always keep it at least safe enough to where you don't leave an open shot. And you're queuing over the 9, so you're just trying to make a solid hit on the 1 ball anyways. I don't mind this. You can strike the ball pretty firm.
He's
Could
called
even
it.
bank the 1 ball up table, yeah. It's just to get on the hill.
What an amazing game. Thought he'd had a little bit of luck there, making the 8.
Oh, well,
So
that was not close to what he was trying to do.
Jacked up as well, not easy. Cue ball jumping. Played it with a lot of pace. Calls the corner.
Wow. Beautiful cross corner bank there. Huge shot with shape. That's definitely one for the highlight reels. Well, now suddenly this game has turned into a chance for Evan to get on the hill first after that beautiful cross corner on the 1. Left himself a little longer on this 5 ball and would prefer to have the cue ball more on the left side of the table to stay away from the 6 to the 9. Doesn't want to run into the 10 ball. That's why he's taking his extension, wants to make sure that he stays out of trouble.
I do like his cue butt. My favourite colour.
Well, let's see, is he going to draw away from the 10, trying to avoid the kiss, or is he trying to push the 10 over the left bottom corner pocket and have shape on the 9 at the same time?
Going low. Beautiful. Good stroke, Tim.
Yeah, staying out of trouble.
Oh, look at this, look at this, look at this.
Oh,
Well,
has he hooked
remember.
himself?
Do you remember the Cesca Centino hook on the 10 ball. She did similar thing on the opposite side of the table, but the 10 was on the rail that time. It's okay.
Yeah, she kicked it in 2 rails. He managed to make it straight in. 3-2, Evan Lunda. He's on the hill in the opening set.
Vitali Patsura has taken the opening set against Ericsson Vargas from Canada. Another Canadian in action, John Mora, has taken the opening set and leads 1-0 against Timothy Evans. So Tim, these stats, break success, well, just slightly in his favour, Evan.
Yeah, overall break has not been working for either players. Not too much defense either. Most of it has been offensive. Yeah, so far the stats are not saying too much. It's just Evan had better looks on the table as well. Not too much defense, and Dennis played 1 safety and Evan straight backed it in. So yeah, too early to say stuff. Yeah, a little bit too much cut.
This time.
As you can see, a little bit too much cut on the break. It's either too much cut or too much spin. And look at this wide open layout for Dennis to have a go at it and possibly make it 3 each.
Four ball, just a little bit awkward. 4 to the 5 is what jumps out at me, Tim.
Yeah, I would say the shape here from the 2 to the 3 ball. Because if you get to the center of the table on the 4, you naturally cross over on the 5. It's just, in order to do so, you want to get basically any angle on the 3 is good, but you just got to make sure you cross over far enough. So this is a very speed depending shot. Needs a little bit more time. I think he's played it fine. Still, I would like to stay away from putting the cue ball on the long rail, because if you get straight, now it's tough to get to the 5. I like going still to the center of the table. Give myself angle.
Played it well. Well, has he? He's gone a little bit straight, Tim. It travelled, didn't it? Came off that rail. And as you said,
Well,
it's gone wrong.
that was the big risk. He took a risk there. He might still be able to cheat the pocket and go forward. 7. Nice little nudge off the 7. He's back in line now, but just gotta watch the cue ball a bit. Played some good pace there. Great angle on the 6. Can stun the cue ball over to the left side of the 7. Don't think he can hold the cue ball on the right side. He likes to stay on the right side because then he will always have angle to go up to the 8 without without running near the 9. That's why he chose the corner pocket. Clever shot, just a little bit body movement on it.
Yeah, a bit of body English was used there. Worked this time. Is this to travel? It has. Played that very, very nicely. Good pace.
Yeah, pretty entertaining opening set so far. We've seen some great offensive shots. and some great breaks actually coming up dry. And we're about to be tied at 3 in this opening set, so sounds promising for this match.
And now the all-important break in the deciding rack in this first set. Now, you was talking about Dennis having a good run. He's also a 3-time Euro Tour winner, Tim, and finished 3rd in the Las Vegas World 10 Ball, and also won the Maldives Open. There he is again. Look, who's this young man? A future champion, maybe? Give us a wave. There we go. He'll be looking at himself on. He knows he's on TV because there's 2 big screens, isn't there, either side of this arena. He'll be giving himself a wave. There with his dad to watch all the action. Good to see the future generation of Paul taking an interest, getting to see all the top pros alongside the league events which are going on as well from the BCA leagues. So Dennis, important break.
Yeah, the only thing I'm wondering is I see players break from the side rail with so much spin on the cue ball. Like, I do understand why they are putting that little bit of outside spin on there to control the cue ball and to turn the one to the side pocket. But it looks like the more spin they actually put on this break, the less the balls move and the more difficult it also gets to make the one. So instead of playing a push out, he's kicking offensive here to the corner.
Yeah, good chance of getting covered, Tim. Plus he's on the 2, right, as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I said offensive, but he played a clever 2-way shot there. Good cue ball control. And I expect Dennis to get the jump cue out, because if he makes the one, high percentage to get shape on the 2 ball.
Well, and interestingly, Dennis, with the older of the Predator jump cues, took that a little bit quick, I thought, Tim. Kind of rushed that one a little bit.
Yeah, shot clock in the background. Could hear the beep, so you would not expect him to be rushed by the shot clock. But occasionally it happens to everybody. Now this will be interesting. I know how well Evan banks the ball. I wouldn't be surprised if he actually banks this to the side and runs a cue ball 2-3 rails. But I would probably cut the one to the top short rail and bring the cue ball underneath the 6-8-10, just because you're hampered by the 7. Looks like he's not banking this one. Oh, change of mind, possibly.
Well, now 10 seconds. Yeah, I think that was the better shot there, Tim, wasn't it? Tap on the table from Dennis as well.
And this is also last match we did together with Chip Compton. I was expecting to see a little bit more of this moving game. The stronger side, I would say, for example, for Evan or for Chip, they have a better touch on those kind of shots. They handle the situation better, moving wise. So far, Evan is doing a really good job at it, because he's keeping Dennis locked. This one is a tough one to hit. Jump kick coming up. Short, ball in hand. Chance for Evan.
Body language not great from Dennis there That's 2 jumps in a row that he's kind of not been anywhere near, to be honest. And this time it's ball in hand and should be a lot more expensive, shall we say.
Now, this is not a gimme for a run out. Yeah,
Especially now.
always tough to play it this way. So sensitive on the new cloth. The cue ball opens up on the second rail on the new cloth, and like he was expecting to come out of that second rail way shorter. Oh, this could be very costly. Also, I believe he has opened up the 8 to the side pocket now, which didn't go before. So if he fails to contact this 2, he might be in big trouble. And he has missed it.
Yeah, and he had ball in hand on that 1 ball. I'm a little bit surprised that he didn't go forward and just find the come over to this long routing on the right for the 2.
Well,
people, you don't like drawing, do you, off of a ball in hand normally?
Yeah, I don't like that. And also because they're playing shot clock, and it was really big shot. If he had felt like, hey, it might be a difficult position, he did have a lock-up safety behind the 4, sending the 1 down table. Now, next time when you get ball in hand, you have a chance to play a easier position. So he could have waited a little bit. So yeah, we have not seen too many mistakes from Evan overall on this opening set. It's just that this one could be very costly. Good shot there from Dennis, avoiding the traffic. Finds the window. Now it's still going to be interesting to see how Dennis is going to get from the 7 to the 8 in the left center pocket. Goes center of the table.
Actually, on this 7, did he come far enough? Has he got the natural angle just to run through short side, Tim, to the 8 ball?
Nope.
No, he didn't.
Let's see, is he gonna let this big stroke out? Low left draw. It's too crazy. He's going to play safe on the 8, I guess. Oh, he was trying to play for bank on the 8, got short. Oh, how's the speed?
Up. There's an edge, Tim, but what can Evan do with it? A bit of a shrug. Just to watch the scratch. Or he can bank it. Well, he tried to straighten it up with pace.
Oh, and this is what you call a fortunate roll. Yeah, did have quite the angle on the bank. Had to shorten it up, got close. Now he's going to try and at least get the distance. could go 2 rails, but he's choosing to go 1. And just focusing on the 8.
Oh, this is a good shot.
Especially because he's focusing just on the 8. That speed is very important. I wouldn't be surprised if Evan goes for the cut here. Could also play the kick and stick. Stop the cue ball there and send the 8 right over. Oh, he did go for the cut. He hit it twice.
Good job the rail was there, Tim. Crucial deciding rack in this first set.
Beautiful shot there. This is quite the steal. Evan did have a chance to lock this set. Yeah, so first set goes to Dennis GRABE. Referee Angela Williams checking if either one of the players wants to take a break. Looks like they both are ready to go, so no break here. Now, I would say this is a great time to thank our sponsors and partners. The Pro Billiard Series sponsors and partners are Predator Group, Kamui, Yalin, Little Monster, Samsung TV Plus, Box Billiards, Van Billiards Corporation, and Q Sports International. And there's the stats. 1 set played. Overall performance actually better for Evan, but missed 1 shot more than Dennis. I think that's overall biggest difference.
Those 2 early 10s as well, Tim, early on, helped Dennis, didn't they? Hugely.
Yeah, it's those small little details. Of course, things have to come your way, but then also when you get the opportunity, you gotta get there as well. So Dennis broke off in the first set. Evan just broke in this second. Lucky to make the 3. Quite a thin hit on the break. That's one thing though, if you look at the one pocket players, they are solid ball runners. They are good with the strategy, the safety side of the game, but they never get to break the balls. So that's where you see most of the time where you see a big difference.
Yeah, they relish situations like this, don't they? The thinking side of it, the chess, trying to outthink their opponent.
Well, this is interesting. I think he was trying to leave himself a jump, but he's put himself very close to that 7 ball.
Well, you're talking about one pocket, Tim. Tomorrow at 4:30 local time, there will be some one pocket action on this very table right here.
Not really a bad hit on the 1, just A little bit unfortunate not having a better rub of the 9. Could have had a better result with the cue ball too. Still, it's not an easy run out at all. Of course, the 1, 2, 4 could be easy, but to get on the 5 will be interesting. He's looking. Does that 4 go to the bottom right? I would probably like to play to the center of the table, bucket the 4 in the bottom left, and go either underneath the 5 for the top right or top left corner, or try to find a window in between the 5-10 and get to the right side of the 5. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, perfect shape on the 5. Yeah, slowly starting to speed up a little bit too, Dennis. As you see, straight queuing, stun run forward.
I like that, Tim. Slowly starting to speed up.
Yeah, well,
That's my comment of the day so far.
well, the thing is also something that most of the people don't know is when Dennis, he won 2 Euro Tours in a row, almost won 3, and in that time he would play very fast. Like when he turned to be a little bit older and wiser probably about the game, he started to realize that he's also missed quite some balls by playing so fast. But overall, he actually does have the skills to play fast. So whenever he gets comfortable, he moves very smooth around the table and is quick work.
Yeah, Dennis is a regular visitor here to Thailand. He was here recently and actually won one of these super high rollers here, which is pretty big prize money for a handicapped tournament. Dennis Orcolo arrived yesterday. He's playing in one this weekend as well. Chris Melling won the last one, so they are winnable, but he plays totally different in those amateur events. But his father actually lived here for quite some time, and he recently lost his father, Leon, and he was pretty close to his dad. And he said it's kind of made him rethink a little bit, Tim, and he's playing with a little bit more. He's not as, what's the word? He used to be very intense and, you know, used to get a little bit upset, emotional and stuff on the table. Used to, you know, beat himself up a little bit. But he told me he's just relaxed and it's really showing, hard on himself, and it's kind of made him view the game as if, you know, there's other things more important in life kind of thing, you know. So he's playing with a little bit more freedom, and I think that's going to do him a lot of good, to be honest. He's now actually the owner of a pool room. His father owned a pool room in Tallinn, in Estonia, in Mustamäe. I know exactly where it is after living there for 8 years. So Dennis now has a pool room also.
Oh,
so
that's
he's
good
not
to know.
kind of, he's kind of not dependent, you know, on making a living anymore at this, if you like.
Well, did make the 10 on the
release
break.
A bit of the pressure. Oh dear, that comes back up though, of course. It did count at one time, Tim, didn't it? Do you remember that? Back in the good old days.
Yeah, I'm glad they reviewed the rules. They revamped them. Okay, so
Wasn't it Roberto Gomez? Was it Roberto Gomez that had 2? Or no, Mario He, wasn't it? Had 3.
I think
there was
Mario,
3, I think, in the first set. Yeah.
Yeah, or two and a combination or something like that. think he won the set in 6 shots. Okay, so push out. Evan can see the left side of the 1. Oh, he might not see the left side of the 1. So jump cue is out. This is interesting. You're not gonna see him go aggressive here. Makes no sense to jump to make the ball.
One ball side pocket.
I've got a question for you after this jump shot, and it's a very serious question, so get ready with a serious answer, Timothy. You see he's put the butt of the cue, he unscrewed the butt there of the cue to make the short stick even shorter. If, for example, the 1 ball would have come round the angles and gone in that corner pocket and hit that butt, would that still be a foul even though it's not on the bed of the table? Interesting.
Well, there's also players that put that little piece in the corner pocket or anything. Yeah, just anything that interferes with the ball is a foul.
Even though it's not on the table bed because it's in the pocket?
Yeah. Yeah, because the ball could not be dropping. So that could favor you in maybe once in a lifetime moment, but it could favor you.
Oh, you mean with the cue ball or something maybe as well?
Yeah,
If the cue ball didn't drop.
you could scratch, and now suddenly it stays on the table or the object ball. You're trying to play safe. You're not trying to make the 1. Now the 1 ball stays off. You leave your opponent hooked. There's a couple scenarios where I could think it's actually advantage not to make the ball sometimes. So yeah, it definitely is a foul, and that's why I usually put it on the floor just to make sure nothing funny can happen. You never know what happens.
Thank you for that. A very full and succinct answer. You should think about becoming a referee as well, maybe like Angela. Dual purpose, mate. Get some
No,
extra bucks.
I don't have the looks for it. That's okay. This is a really clever shot. There's a little bit of a 1 pocket shot right there. Using the 7 ball to be able to hold the cue ball behind the 5. Did he call the extension? Because I thought I heard the shot clock beep already. The 10-second mark. Oh, I guess he has. It's gonna try and bank the 1 ball over and get the cue ball behind the 7-3. Yeah, not a horrible try, just if he catches a different flick of the 7, or if he catches it just a little bit thicker, I think he should have been fine. But I mean, in the end, he gives Dennis a shot, so that's the only thing that counts. Oh,
Wrong pocket. Miss a turn. So Evan will come back to the table. It's worked out okay.
could have done with a little bit of angle to go around the 5, but I think he's straight enough to be able to draw where he is now. Or does he have to draw around the 5? No. There's also a difference. Most of the players, they like to leave themselves natural angle just to keep that cue ball running. And then some of them, they really like to just stay straight, you know, just to where they can just play small draw, small forward, and keep it compact.
Just a
And in
slight
the
angle here can run through.
in a way, less distance, moving less distance. Yeah, I would not force the cue ball too much. I think I would just take a longer 8. Yeah.
A little bit. Oh, he's okay. Looks much better from the overhead.
Yeah, things should be fine to play top spin just past the side pocket. Or you can even go jacked up, yeah, why not? Looks straighter, so. I'm just happy to see that Evan is trying to make a match out of it. Could possibly be quite disappointed by how he lost the first set. And then sometimes players, you know, when they lose the first set, especially when they had the opportunity to go up, that's where some of them, well, I mean, I'm not saying give up, but they start to play more aggressive, or they change their style, or they go more impulsive, and that's where they lose control. So it's good to see that he's staying calm and still grinding his way through.
Good time to mention, you may have seen ARC over on the right hand. It's just actually changed on the billboard. But the new tables from Predator are providing the equipment now for the Euro Tour. Prize money doubled, which is all good, Tim. First outing was the Treviso Open. I believe it's a 5-year deal with the Euro Tour. So it's good to see that getting an injection, a good kick, so to speak.
Well, it also means that Predator is now going to cover events on 3 different continents, which, well, they have been supporting for a long time, not just to push our sport in one country or one continent. They're trying to grow all together. So good things are happening. Just not for Evan LUNDA on this break. A little bit surprised to see him play safe. Thought he had a cut in the side pocket, but chose to go and try to get behind the 3 and the 8. Funny position though. Might have to go for something very basic and just not sell out.
Ball is going to play the combination, the 1-5. So great to see Francisco Bustamante back here in action. He won his match 2-0 today, and he'll also be playing some 1 pocket as well, I believe, which is great.
Bank pool, right?
A bank pool, sorry, yes.
Yeah. I'm so surprised Dennis missed that ball last game. And then now this combination, I mean, I honestly say he missed that quite a bit. So I don't know why Dennis now suddenly is a little bit off. It definitely makes great opportunities for Evan. Needs to play a good positional shot here though. Needs a good angle on the 3 to get to the purple 4. Or is it the purple? Is it the pink 4? Purple 4, yeah.
Yeah, for the traditionalists amongst you, paying homage to the original purple fort. This is a good shot. Just needs an angle, Tim.
Well, still in line. Some traveling from 6 to 7 and some traveling from 8 to 9, so he's still not out of the woods.
Just going back to the break for a second, Tim. We covered the first match, or not the first one, but the one before this, and both players were breaking pretty well, not chip because he didn't get many chances to break, but Wu Kun Lin was breaking really well, wasn't he, on this table?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely for his opening match, I was quite surprised with how well he was breaking. But then to see both of these players been struggling to make a ball on the break, so now I think I do like to bank the 7 ball over to the top long rail and get the cue ball 1 rail and nestle up with the 8. So create distance and try to stick the cue ball with the 8. Yeah, just like that. Oh,
He's lost the 7 and the cue ball. Just
this is interesting. So I would probably try to cut the 7 and take whatever I can get on the 8 and then move the cue ball more to get to the 9. Now Dennis is looking to give himself the perfect angle to get on the 8, which I think is tough to do as this 7 is quite a tough opening shot.
oh, nailed it.
Oh,
Still
he's
work to
come
do
up.
though.
Another shot. Oh, how well has he hit
Was
that?
Tremendous. Okay, he's straight, but I think he's just okay. Might get off the rail just slightly with a draw, but struck that superbly. Yeah, just that last little inch or so off of the rail, just giving himself just that little bit of angle to draw away.
Yeah, there was a great chance for Evan, and like I said, the last couple balls did need good shape. So, lost the plot there. 2-1 Dennis, and we'll be breaking 4th rack. So plenty more matches going on at the same time. All the information can be found at the ProBilliardSeries.com website. All the draws, all the prize money, all the equipment, everything I believe is on there.
Yeah, and all the latest scores as well. Mika Imminent, who's coming back from his battle off the table. Went through 2-0 earlier on this morning, which was good to see. Back loving it, still fighting hard on and off the table. Young Adrian Prasad as well. And talking of the juniors, we have that great junior showdown coming up as well. Really looking forward to that. So much great pool this week. Now this is interesting. Dennis going back to the centre here, Tim. Needs some luck. Almost made the one. Consolation maybe two.
He is quite disappointed about the break, but if you look at the cue ball, how much top spin is on there, even though it got kissed, like it had so much spin on there. Can you realize that all that spin that's on the cue ball is not transferring any energy or speed on the object balls? So he's being disappointed about the fact that nothing is going in. And I would tell myself to say, hey, listen, I did not strike that as clean as I can.
6 ball, corner pocket.
And I believe in hand racking the balls in this format. I think it's a big, big difference. Yeah, good shot there from Evan. Nicely cue ball controlled as well. Had to play the bump and control the 2 ball.
Your shirt did. Your shirt touched the 10 ball.
Impossible. It did touch the positive.
I'm positive.
Did he? Did
think
he
he's
touch the
fouled.
ball there?
He must have done.
been.
Can we get another look? Maybe he was over the 3.
Well, this could be very costly. Very, very costly. Yeah, possibly on
Probably
the
the
10.
10 ball. Oh, he's
Oh,
over
what
this
is
as
done
well.
there?
Big sight from the Estonian. An audible sight.
Extension.
Extension. Three ball, corner pocket.
He's still calling it, still cutting it into the bottom left as we look. Cue ball running a little bit wild. Doesn't want to get an unlucky kiss off this 7 ball. Oh, he can avoid it. Oh, he's caught the 4, but he'll be pretty happy with that, Tim. That's worked out not too bad. Could have been worse. Not ideal, I know. 10 ball, very big, isn't it, here? One good shot here. The hill is waiting. Looks pretty natural, Tim, to come round. Put the 7 into the side. Oh, he's played this very well indeed. That man there's had his chances. Just making a shirt foul. We believe on the 10. We didn't see it.
Yeah, 1 foul. 1 shirt foul, and just what Dennis needed to basically turn the tide here in this second set. Could have been 2 each. Looks to be
the
Dennis on
cameraman
the
just-
double hill.
The cameraman just made a carpet foul. I think he fell on the floor there. Anyway, in goes the 10 ball. Dennis is on the hill. Nokioi earlier on, 2-1 winner over Oscar Valdiviso. Jesus Atencio going through as well to the next round. Payne McBride going through 2-1 also. Another one of the juniors, Major Payne, Jeff DeLuna, we may have mentioned earlier, going through. Tony Chowan ended up losing against Los Martinez over on table 2 earlier on today. Referee just making sure those Arcos balls are nice and tight. Your good friend Jose Alberto Delgado went through on table 2 just now, 2-0, Tim.
Yeah, another player which I expect to do really well this year, has been putting a lot of time in, a lot of traveling, so yeah, just putting the word out there.
Yeah, he also came to Thailand. We hung out together. Super nice guy. Very talented player also. There's a nice interview as well with me playing a couple of racks with him, if you're interested. Somewhere on social media.
Oh no.
Well, one pocket players, Tim, they're not used to jumping, are they? No jumping, of course, in one pocket.
Oh, gotta say, you know, I see he was trying to jump that with a lot of draw, so that makes the cue ball hop a little less. But still, that was a fairly decent jump for a player of his caliber, or at least to make a hit, to make a legal hit on the one. Now, it's still very messy, not unsolvable, but it's a messy layout, so we're not done yet.
Yeah, this is one of them matches for Dennis. He's certainly not going to be overjoyed at his performance in this, but sometimes you just have to slug it out and win ugly. And if he can get over the line in this one, I'm sure he'd be very relieved, because this was a potential banana skin for the Estonian. And he's, as you say, he's still not out of the woods, and he's not ideal on this 2-ball either, Tim, is he?
Yeah, I definitely agree. I mean, most of the people know how well Evan can play, and especially when he gets comfortable. It's definitely not a great first round draw. I mean, if you look at a 128 player field, there's always a couple guys where you say, oh, that would be nice, you know, just to get some rhythm, get some feeling, you know. And this is certainly not one of them.
We had a little bit of a kick there in the air from Dennis as he was trying to put a bit of English onto that cue ball to miss the 7-ball, just clipped it. He's left himself a shot on this 3, but once again, nothing easy.
Oh.
Yeah, moving balls, this has gone wrong. Bank is on though, Tim. The banks are open.
I don't like the bank so much, because you'll have to play quite firm to bring the cue ball over, I believe. But he's going at it. Stun out. And he's missed it.
He needs some help.
4.
Oh, has he got help? Has the 6 ruined it?
I believe he has. If it has, he might be able to kick over the short rail with spin and clip the forehand. But oh, masse around the 6 it is.
Extension.
Big curve. The curve has to come late, so you gotta be probably aiming at the 8 with a lot of elevation and put extra curve on there. This is a tough masse. Yeah, so
Oh, and he
tough.
double kissed it in. Could be his last shot. Just going back to one pocket once again. Obviously he's not used to playing with a shot clock either, so I wonder if that has maybe just tripped him up slightly as well, Tim.
Well, this is to close out the match. He's got pretty decent layout, just possibly this shape from 5 to 6. Just skimming off the 6 ball. So a low right, crossing over one rail to the right side of the 7. Could also go forward 2 rails, but I would be not comfortable running near the 10. Yeah, now just gotta make sure he gets past the side pocket. The only thing I can imagine is I would be trying to get at least off the rail to make sure I have comfortable queuing and just make sure I get past the side. Everything else is fine. Yeah,
Well, he hasn't played
Probab-
like a world. Sorry, Tim. Go ahead.
I was gonna say probably he can tap this in to get on the 10. Go ahead.
I was just going to say he hasn't played like a world number 3, but there has been moments in it where you can see he's queuing really well. A few shots he's played today been outstanding. That 8 ball to the 9, a couple of racks back, was a particularly good shot with this 10 ball to seal the deal in straight sets, and then he goes.
Yeah, so it is Dennis GRABE that advances to the next round. Evan will be going over the loser bracket. So this was Mark White and myself, Tim de Ruyter. Thank you all for joining us today, and hopefully we'll see you back tomorrow. We've got plenty more action to come. See ya. Good night.